but we've been doing value add stuff. I've been expressing that in all of our meetings with just our employees, bringing more value to the table equals you're going to earn more, equals more opportunities, equals all of that. And it's overused probably, the whole value add thing, and we're going to bring more value. You bring more value to the table, you can increase your price and all that kind of crap. But that's one thing that you have done for us over time that has been, and it's not the weird value add. It's like, dude, you're not burning me up all the time. You're not aggravating, you're not like pressing, hey, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm here if you need me. Occasionally you're touching out, and I'm like, hey, Tom, what can we do about X, whenever we're processing and all that stuff. And then you're bringing value to us, like you're giving to us. And in turn, hopefully that makes you grow as well. When we're doing business with you, more opportunities go for you. And that's part of what this is. Tom with Driftwood Solutions, you're basically been handling our credit card processing for a while. You have taken us from, like, you introduced me to something called level 2 processing, level 3 processing that I knew nothing about. And I think most of our customers, our partners, whatever you want to call them, most of those guys don't know anything about, all they know is, hey, we have to take credit cards. And some guy called and we whatever, or they signed up through QuickBooks or they whatever. And then they're just at the mercy of their processor. At some point in time, you need to be educated on what's going on, what these rates are, how do you get them lower, because that's what you want to do. Or do you pass them on, which that's something that you offer too, where you can pass that on to the end customer.
That's right.
Which I've already told you, I'm not a fan of that. I like keeping that for our customers. I don't want to pass on an extra 3%, 4% surcharge, whatever it is. But there are certain situations where that works. But what you introduced us to, and it has saved us, like we were about 2.9%. Every transaction that came through our office, our shop, sign shop, was about 2.9%, and it seemed to be eking up like a point, a 0.01, like just constantly going up a little bit,
every 6 months.
And it was just like, man, and I'm every now and then I'd hit this 3.02 and stuff like that, and it started getting alarming. So, like, you just transitioned us from one method of payment to another, to where now you introduced me to level 2, level 3 processing, and a way to where we could take advantage of that. It saved us 0.5%. That's the real number that it saved us. We're now processing anywhere between 2.4 and 2.5.
Fantastic. For
keyed transactions, no card present, keyed internet type transactions. It's fantastic, and it adds significant amount to our bottom line. I know every now and then, see, I'm running numbers every week or every month, and you'll get emails that say, oh, by the way, I owe you lunch, because you just saved us a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
It's just been incredible.
I think it's about finding the right product that fits the customer's needs, instead of trying to take one product and make it work for everyone. I think that's the key to success in both of our businesses, finding a product that is unique to that customer and helps them, and understanding what the industry offers. From not a lot of level 3 out there. If you're not doing business to business, level 3 is not an advantage to you.
Right.
Level 2 is a tax break, right? Level 3 is a business to business break.
Yeah.
However, if you're selling ice cream cones, probably level 2 and level 3 aren't significant to you.
Right.
So it's understanding this business is like being in the rainforest in a mudslide during the monsoon. So
Yeah.
it's you have to understand that the card brand is dictating 90% of that transaction. They're telling everybody what you can charge,
Mm-hmm.
and then the processor is going to make some money for doing that process, making sure that your money gets into the bank, helping you through chargebacks. And then there's Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover taking 0.15%. So the bank that issued you your credit card is getting the majority of. They've got the highest risk, and it's a risk-based business.
Yep.
They're going to get the majority of that profit.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've found has helped my business grow is finding out what a customer needs and finding a product that meets that need instead of finding out what I need and making it fit my customer. So I think that's the key. I think the key is to have a long, you understand that 2.4% on any volume is still significant.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And you understand that there's a cost of that. And,
yes.
And you can choose to put it in your cost of goods, or you can choose to eat that, or you can choose to pass that along to the customer. And I can give you all three solutions.
Right.
So the more information that a card brand gets about your customer,
mm-hmm.
level 2 and level 3 fill those buckets, which lowers risk, which lowers cost.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why level 2 and level 3 are great
mm-hmm.
for businesses like yours that do a lot of business to business.
Yeah.
So cash discount, on the other hand, if you have a sign company and it's a walk-in, and you have 50% of your business is walk-in and there's a high retail presence,
yep.
then cash discount might be the best way to go to pass along those fees. Because when you look at the end of the year at your 1099 and you look at what you've paid in credit card fees, I have clients that either through a reduction in cost by doing level 2 and level 3, through paying the right price for the right product, mm-hmm. or through passing along their fees through cash discount, mm-hmm. have put $20,000 to $50,000 in the bank at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that's significant.
That's significant.
Without having to move another case.
That's the key. Like $20,000 or $50,000 worth of profit. Like that's just pure profit.
That's
so. If
money.
you back that up, that could be I don't know what's your profit margin, and then that could be an extra $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 in sales. I don't know what the profit margin is.
To make $20,000 to $50,000,
exactly.
You got to move a lot of product.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. And
that's huge.
Yeah, and my business is so years ago when I got into this business, I didn't realize that that it's not a real upfront business. It's a very you're my friend. Just sign here and I'll take care of you. Kind of a business, and I don't feel like that's a sustainable model. I feel like a sustainable model is one that the customer can look at a statement, understand what the statement is saying, feel I wouldn't say good about the fees, but understand that this is where the fees are coming from, and this is the best I can do based on what I'm doing.
Right.
And have somebody that will answer the phone when something goes wrong. Right. I think that's really important. So I personally answer the phone for all of my clients.
Yeah. That's very true. That's absolutely the truth. I know because I've called, I've called before or text. A lot of time I'll just text, and that's easier sometimes. That's good. A lot of that cloak and dagger, there was money to be made in credit card processing fees. And I know way back in the day, we got a hold of somebody and I can't remember what the name is, but man, they were ripping us a new one. And we didn't even know it until we tried to get out of it. And by the way, you have a 5-year contract or some kind of garbage like that, and you got to pay X amount of months back. And it was just like you could just tell the whole thing was just a swindling, like cloak and dagger. Hey, we're going to basically steal from you. So there's that whole ickiness of that guy, but you're one of the rarity, in that type of business, like an honest used car salesman, or, there's just there's things that don't go together. And having an honest dude that will just, hey, here it is. And I hope and I've got multiple solutions for you. What can we do? What can we do for you? I love it.
And I will tell you that there have been more than a handful of times where I've met with a customer and they're in a great place. And I tell them, you're in a great place. If I was offering you a service, this is the service I would offer you. Now, let me ask you, are you getting returns on your calls?
Yeah.
Are you getting the funding at the rate that helps your cash flow?
Right.
Are you in any kind of a contract that prohibits you from being able to search out alternatives? Because I'm not going to ask you to sign a contract. I'm not going to make you sign an early termination fee agreement.
Yep.
I want you to do business with me because it's best for your business. And when it's not best for your business, I don't want you to do business with me.
Yeah.
So I think that's what my dad was the number one salesman in his company for 25 years in a row. And he was selling in the 60s and 70s $1 million plating machines. So and I asked him, I always regarded him very highly and wanted to be him when I grew up.
Right.
And I asked him, what's the difference between you and the other 3,800 or 3,900 salesmen that do this for your company in the nation? Right. And he said, I tell customers when not to do business with me, when it's not in their best interest.
Wow.
And I've taken that from that very first day that I started selling food 31 years. And then I got into the payments business 7 years ago. Yeah. That's been my philosophy. And my bosses have all laughed at me for telling customers not to do business with me, but it's grown a model that is based on trust and something that is mutually beneficial. If it isn't good, if the customer doesn't win first, if the company isn't making a little bit of profit, if I can't make a living on it, if we can't all win, it's not a good deal.
Absolutely.
So, and I've always found that if the customer's getting a good deal, they're going to tell somebody else, hey.
Right.
And in fact, I met you.
That's why we're sitting here. Ain't that right? That's kind of how that's the way it works.
That's right.
Yeah, that's super cool.
We do all kinds of different processing. We can process on the internet. We can process on a countertop terminal. We can process on point of sale systems. Right. We can process most of the time. We can integrate with software. There aren't always programmers that can work through that, but we've got people that can help you through that situation too. So it's all about finding out what you need and finding a product that fits, or letting you know that we just don't have that.
Right. So you can process just about any which way you want to process.
That's right.
And you can process nationwide. Like there's no limit to
anywhere in the continental United States.
Continental United States. Well, I hope that, some of our customers that are in situations where they think, you know what, this is getting a little ridiculous. I really need to follow up. I really need to get in touch, and we'll make sure Tiff puts some of your information in the description of this whenever they drop it on YouTube or wherever we drop it. But for the record, it's how would everybody reach out to you?
Driftwood Solutions. My name is Tom. You can reach me at area code 614-596-2952 or driftwoodsolutionsllc@gmail.com.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you, period, for helping us. And then, man, I really hope somebody jumps on there and starts thinking about this. Hey, man, let me explore different solutions. And if I need I want somebody honest that will shoot me straight, and they reach out to you.
Awesome. I appreciate you very much. We're also busy, but to take the time that you do every month to tell me how much I saved you and how much you appreciate
Dude,
it.
I'm just happy.
I'm telling you, it makes me, wherever I am in my life at that point, if I just got hit by a train, it makes me smile. And I appreciate you for that.
That's good. Thank you, man.